What is up, guys? Welcome on back to Auto Intel Daily, and today I'm in the baby BMW. I normally drive my M5, but today I'm taking the 2 Series out because it sits a lot. So today I want to talk about what Sean Duffy recently said in a news conference that I think changes everything. I think it's going to affect good, law-abiding, truck drivers in California. But I'm wondering if there's going to be a way to change it. So what is up, guys? Welcome on back to Auto Intel Daily. So Sean Duffy has gone all the way in when it comes to what he's doing in terms of putting restrictions and conditions on California. They started with a $40 million pullback, then now another 160, and now is looking at decertifying the state of California. They've initially rated them like a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago, maybe a month and a half ago, I think is when it was. And that's when they found out all of these different licenses that had no name given and all this other crazy stuff from illegal migrants that had commercial driver's licenses. And they then found out that a lot of those same driver's licenses that were from people that were not citizens of the United States were also people that were registered to vote, which is a crime. I think that this issue is going to be so big for California and for the governor, who has aspirations of running for president, that it's going to sink him completely. I really do. But Sean Duffy did a full press conference specifically getting into the details of that. I want to run that here for you, and then we'll come back and discuss.
The Transportation Department says the state of California broke the law by giving a commercial driver's license to a migrant accused of causing a freeway crash, killing 3 people. A new report claims California upgraded the driver's license 6 days before the accident, ignoring a federal order to comply with new restrictions banning illegal aliens from operating big rig trucks. Let's bring in Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy. Mr. Secretary, thanks for taking the time with us this afternoon. It's good to see you. You contend that this person, Jashanpreet Singh, should have never been behind the wheel of this truck.
That's right. So we did a nationwide audit, John, that showed that a lot of the states were issuing foreigners commercial driver's licenses, and they're doing it illegally. So at the end of September, we said no more, stop all foreigners from getting driver's licenses. It's called a non-domiciled CDL. Every state said they're complying, including California, John. Gavin Newsom said, I'm going to comply with the rule. But we saw with this crash, which you just showed, was the fact that Gavin Newsom didn't comply because he allowed a week ago this driver's license to be upgraded to a non-restricted driver's license. Had Gavin followed our rules per DOT, this guy would have never been on the road. 3 more people would be alive. So we're doing this because we're seeing a lot of foreigners, those who can't speak English, on our roadways, and it's harming the American citizens who want to be safe as they're bringing their kids to school, they're going out for groceries, or they're going to work. And so what we've done to start, we pulled $40 million, John, from California on one issue. But they're at the cusp of losing another $160 million. I don't want to take their money, but we will hold their money back if they don't comply with these really important rules. So Gavin Newsom has to get on board, stop lying, and follow DOT rules.
Yet here is the governor's response to all of this. He said, quote, "This is tragic, and as with every tragedy over the last 10 months, Secretary Newsom has ordered Secretary Duffy to look for every opportunity to manipulate the facts to score cheap political points. But the facts remain. The state does not determine commercial driver's license eligibility. The federal government approved and renewed this individual's federal employment authorization multiple times, which allowed him to obtain a commercial driver's license in accordance with federal law." He's passing the buck back to you. What do you say?
Yeah, so it's nice to see Gavin tap dance in a tweet. Good for him. But the truth is, we do set the guidelines by which licenses can be issued. We sent that guidance out. Gavin Newsom said, I'm not going to follow it. I'm going to allow this foreigner to get an upgraded license that was Gavin Newsom's choice. The states issue commercial driver's licenses. We give the guidance, they issue them. I gave the guidance, Gavin Newsom didn't follow it, and 3 people are now dead because he refused to follow the rules that come from DOT. So again, nice effort to try to pass the buck. But again, this is really simple stuff. Keep your citizens safe. Keep foreigners off the roads, especially those who aren't trained. Stop giving licenses illegally to people who are not in the country lawfully. Very simple stuff, John.
Right. We should also point out, too, that the employment authorization was given to Singh under the Biden administration as well. There's another tragic crash, this one in Florida that we covered as well. Harjinder Singh is the one allegedly behind the wheel here. We have discovered the following, and this is pretty shocking. Singh failed his CDL knowledge exam in Washington state 10 times over the course of 2 months, failed his air brakes knowledge exam 2 times, but Washington still issued his first CDL and California issued him another CDL. People at home might think, how in the world does that happen?
Yeah, so I think this was some great reporting from Bill Maluzhin. I don't know that the exact numbers are right, but he is right to say that multiple failures and still this driver got his license before killing 3 people in Florida. And the truth is, I think we have a lot of fraud and abuse in the commercial driver license issuing space. Companies that are here testing drivers. Again, the driver that we're mentioning in Florida, he didn't speak English. 3 or 4 road signs he couldn't read, and a clear violation of the rule. So the question becomes, if you can't understand English, you can't understand road signs, how in the heck can you ever pass a test to be issued a commercial driver's license? You can't do it but for fraud. And so that is another investigation that we have undertaken to find out who are the good companies, who are the fraudulent bad companies, and we have to root them out. Again, you should expect to be safe when you're on the road. And by the way, John, it's these very foreign drivers with these kind of licenses that don't just drive the big rig or the tanker. They're also driving school buses, getting behind the wheel, taking kids to and from school, and there's no certainty that they actually have the skills to drive those vehicles. They understand the English language to stay safe when they're on the roadways. So a whole bunch of issues at play. And again, this comes under the backdrop of Joe Biden and Democrats letting 10 to 15 million illegals in the country. And now Gavin Newsom and others are bending over themselves to allow them to get commercial driver's licenses. And again, Trump administration, Donald Trump has said, we put America first. We are going to stop this charade. No more licenses until we can figure out how many problems we have in the system. And so Gavin didn't follow it. We put the rule out, and now we're going to take his money. We have other steps after money that we can take with California, but I want them to comply, John.
Another big issue I'd like to take up with you briefly, Mr. Secretary, and that is the looming massive travel season and what's going to happen at airports. You were at the Philadelphia airport earlier today because coming up on Tuesday.
So as you can see there, he's not playing when it comes to what he's saying. He's going to force compliance. Those are his words. With the state of California, and is looking at decertifying the state. What does that mean? It would mean that the commercial driver's licenses in that state would no longer be valid. It would mean that drivers who are valid, legal citizens that have these licenses would most likely have to get a non-domicile license from Nevada or Arizona or something else to be able to keep working. And it would throw the entire system into a complete freaking mess. But when you really look at if it doesn't happen, could it be bad? Yeah, I mean, we have drivers that should not be driving 80,000-pound trucks that are killing people. There's a new one in the news every week. It's not good. It's not good. I'd love to know what you guys think about it, though, in the comments section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I think it's a matter of time before we see some significant action here against California. So stay tuned. But let's start the discussion in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about this situation and what do you think should be done in the comments section down below. And as always, stay petty, my friends.